Okay, there's been some talk on the internet about guys wanting to come up with a different idea for a quick release mechanism for their English wheels. I thought I'd show those that didn't get a chance to see it when we had our event down here in the spring. What I did, first off, I built this assembly here with using some 2-inch tubing here, and or not tubing, excuse me, solid bar stock. And what I did is I just cut a disc that was about a 1/2 inch wide, the complete diameter of the round stock, and I just beveled the edge so that it would make the flipping of the disc easier inside the bore. And that's placed down in this area down in here. And I used to have just a manual lever on there, and I thought, well, sometimes it's easier if you got both hands on a material, especially if you're doing a roof or something of that nature. And I thought, well, I got all these pneumatic cylinders around, I thought I'd make use of that. So what I did is I basically just put a pneumatic cylinder on there with a valve control over on this side, which eventually I'm going to change. I want to have a flipper valve over here as opposed to this stem valve here. It seems to bode a little better to being able to move it on both sides of the wheel if I care to. Anyway, for just simply changing the anvils out, or if you've got a flange on here like this sample panel does, and if this was all the way around and you wanted to get it in here, it was just a matter of easily putting it on there, and you can wheel away, and then when it comes back, you're free to check your work to see if your profile needs a little more work. You can just put it back up in there and just go back at it. Now, of course, it'd be quite easy on a small part like this to reach down and turn it, but if you've got out here with a big piece, I think it would be a little bit easier to release it with this mechanism that I came up with. And as you can tell also, I've incorporated some dovetailing into here so that you can move your wheel over here on, you can move this in and out to get different offsets. I've also got it to where you can loosen these up. These are on a dovetail, so you can move these up and down as well as the lower. And eventually I'm going to take one of Carrie's uppers, and I'll incorporate this into a holder that will come up into this dovetail assembly, and probably come out here with an angled one so I can get in those times where I get